guys. I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are. My name is Boom Shaka and I welcome you to my channel. Thank you so much for listening, for watching, for commenting, all of it. I am so excited and so grateful. In this video, I'm going to speak to you guys about how INFJs, in my opinion, and again, all of this is my opinion, it's my channel, so my opinion, hopefully that makes sense. INFJs, in my opinion, need to live by themselves, not with roommates. Unfortunately, not with their parents. That doesn't work either. Until, obviously, when they're 18 or 21 or whatever, when they leave home, they have to live with their parents at that point. But after that, it's imperative, paramount, absolutely important that we live on our own. Not with roommates, not with someone else, not hopefully with partners or whatever it might be. Now, I'm not saying that, if you are living with someone, if you are married to someone or in a relationship with them, obviously you've chosen to be with them, so obviously live with them. But always, 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 always try to have your own space in your house, whatever it might be, a little corner for yourself, a little space where you can retreat into, not just the bathroom, which is, I've already said, a kind of a spot where we go and hide in, but a spot for yourself. Preferably a room where you can just close off the door and say, okay, I'm going to take 30 minutes on my own, or a half an hour, or 30 minutes or half an hour, 2 hours or an hour, whatever it might be, for yourself, yeah? And so you're going to do that because you need to retreat and recharge and do all that stuff, right? Most of the time, unfortunately, INFJs end up being friends, partners, and relationships are surrounded by extroverts. It makes sense. It balances us out. Definitely useful for sure. But it also means that we're surrounded by people who have a lot of energy, and they get pumped up by being around people. And so they always want to be around us, especially because we're really charming, and like we give energy to people, right? We love that. We love people. We want to give energy to them, especially if we like them and all that. And so they want to be around us all the time. If they're in a relationship with us, obviously they want to be around us all the time. But what we need as INFJs in order to recharge, recuperate, in order to get back onto a parallel level to them, is we need time away from them. I used to have roommates when I was younger. First of all, I lived with my parents for the longest time. And because we were poor, I shared a room with my sister and my brother. And the only place I could retreat into was the washroom, the bathroom. It was really horrendous. I'm not saying I love my parents, I love my family, but it was just not really conducive to me being able to recharge again, right? So I would go off on my own a lot of the times. At nighttime, I'll just go off on my own, just roaming around town, roaming around the streets by myself, watching, observing, just being on my own and recharging. That's how I recharged. People thought I was being a rebel. I was like, no, I'm not being a rebel. I'm just taking time away from myself. I need it. I always spend time around other people, at school, at work, at everything. And then I grew a little bit older, and then I got my own room. Yay! And I noticed the big difference between just living with my sister. I love her to death, and she's brilliant, but it was still living with another human being, although she is an INTP, so she's an introvert as well. So she needed time away from people as well, so it was good for us to both get our own rooms. As time went on, I went to university, I got roommates, I moved away for school, and I noticed that there were 5 people in, one apartment unit. So all of us had our own rooms, right? So that was nice, but the common area was always filled with people. And as we always attract extroverts by some chance, all the people, or almost all the people except for one, in my apartment unit were extroverts. So they'd always spend all their time in the living area. And I could hear all the time things that they were doing, and anytime I had to go outside to the washroom, I'd have to pass by them, which means I had to have to speak to them. I'd have to have a conversation with them. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, how long can I hold my pee for before I have to go talk to these people? Literally, that's what was going on in my head. I'm like, okay, I think I can. I really need to go pee now. I need to go talk to them. Okay, we can do this, Shikha. Just say a quick hello, and then you can come back in again. It's like, I don't know if you watch Big Bang Theory, but when Sheldon gets upset, and then he comes out, and the mother's like, it's like hunting deer. You have to let them be. Exactly the same. I peek out, I'm like, okay, is anyone there? No, cool, all right, awesome. I can go and do my thing, come back in again. If someone shows up, I'm like, shit. Someone's here now. I have to talk to them. I have to interact with them. That's the thing what happens with us and roommates. So, and then I moved into my own apartment. Oh my goodness, guys. I don't know how to tell you the transformation in me just because of the fact that I had my own space to be in, to do whatever the hell I want in. I could put on music and dance like a crazy person, shaking my head, doing all that stuff. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that on TV. Alright, just ignore that part. I could put on music and sing as loud as I want. You know, I could roam around naked. I could do whatever the hell I wanted. Not that I do that. No, I don't. Really, I don't. But I could do whatever the hell I wanted, right? And so that was like a transformational period for me because all of a sudden I felt so free. And if you are an INFJ and you have the possibility of living on your own in your own studio apartment, whatever it might be, the space itself doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how big the space is, as long as it is your own and no one else is coming into it, changing the energy up. That's the most important thing. I don't want to invite people into my apartment because I know as soon as they drop into my apartment, the energy in the place is going to shift. And then when I come back into it, it's not just giving me my own energy, carefully cultivated, but it's going to be the energy of all these random people. So I don't like that. I don't want people in here. That's why it's a studio apartment. I just want to be on my own. The only people that are allowed to be in here are my family and a couple of close friends. So my sister comes to visit me in Chiang Mai sometimes, and of course she stays with me, and I love that because her energy is conducive to me, and she knows me. She knows how moody I am and all that stuff, and she can handle it. And so that's fine with me. But I love being on my own in this apartment. It's not a really big apartment, guys. It's not. It's tiny. Maybe 500-600 square feet. Nothing. Like, really nothing. The only space it has for, like, is a bed and my desk. Really, that's all there's in here. But just having my own space to retreat into after all of my days is so gratifying. It's so recharging, guys. Because I'll go out and I'll interact with extroverts. All of my friends, for some reason, are extroverts. So I'll go out and interact with them. I'll have fun. I'll party, blah, blah, blah. But I know in my head that I can go home at any point in time and escape all of this madness. And that in itself gives me so much peace and contentment. I can think to myself, okay, Shika, all right, it's fine. You're not enjoying yourself very much. That's okay. You know what? You can go home and you can be on your own. And that's like a kind of a reward system for me, for myself. And I get so excited by that. Oh my god, I'm so boring. I get excited by the fact that I'm going to come back home and be on my own. It's just the most exciting thing ever. Especially after a really long day of socializing and being around people and being in crowds and noise and pollution. And I think to myself, oh my god, when am I going to get to go back home for God's sake? It's a tiny place, but it matters because it's my own. It's my own energy. As soon as I close the door behind me, I can go in, and this space is my own to do whatever I want in. Whatever I want in. It makes me feel so happy to have this space, even though it's not that big. It doesn't really matter to me, the space itself, you know, like the square footage. I don't know how to say it. It doesn't matter how huge the space is. It does not matter. It does matter that it's my own, and no one can interrupt it. No one can change up the energy. No one is allowed to come in here because it's my room, right? My apartment. That really matters, and I know how much it has affected me and my energy and my extrovertedness because I know I have a space to go back to. I am a little bit more extrovert. I do a little bit more activities because I know that I can escape back in here, and I can take the next 2, 3, 4 days just to be on my own. And so the same thing is my recommendation to you guys. If you're an INFJ, especially if you're younger and you've always had a roommate or you've always lived with people, if you have the possibility, if you have the monetary possibility or the possibility at all to live in your own apartment, even if it's a studio apartment, but you have it on your own, if you're on your own in there, I absolutely do recommend that you do that. Just do it, guys. It's going to be, you will notice the difference in how it changes your persona, changes the way you look at the world, changes how you feel about the world, changes how extroverted you are, how easily you recharge and all that stuff. It will change completely all of those parameters. And I know it has changed it for me and how much healthier as an INFJ I am compared to when I was living with other people. So I recommend the same thing to you. Try it out. I really think that you'll notice a big difference in your psyche. And it'll make you feel a lot better about yourself because now we're surrounded by all these random negative, positive energies, convoluting your own energy. I hope this makes sense. If you guys have any questions at all, please message me anytime. And I'm so grateful again that you guys are watching and listening and commenting So grateful again. Have an amazing day wherever you are, and I'll see you guys the next time around in the next video. Bye for now.